Hello and welcome to this sixth episode of the series where we are reviewing all the IPL franchisees. We are doing a quick recap of their performances in the last season and then which players they should release, which players they should retain, both from a performance perspective as well as from a price perspective. So, in this series, today we are reviewing Chennai Super Kings, last year's champions. So, yes, they are the champions, defending champions, so we won't find much loopholes, but yes, there are some that we will explore from a fan's perspective. And today in this series we have Vaibhav with us, joining us all the way from London. So Vaibhav, welcome to this show.
Thank you so much, Deep. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, Vaibhav. So let's do a quick recap of their last season's performance. So that's the first part of this episode. So first of all, let's look at their batters. So it was their Indian batters, especially their top four, along with Devon Conway, which was clicking for Chennai Super Kings. And if you look at the Devon Conway, Ruturaj Gaikwad's pair, they have been like at the absolute beast mode in the last season. Do you think that this will carry on in the upcoming season also?
From a batting perspective, specifically, I think they should click because all of them are in form. Uh, the only exception being Ambati Raidu. Yeah, I think Chennai will desperately miss him. And uh, you said that there are not a lot of loopholes in this team, but I think with their remaining purse and the purchases they have made, I think they'll have to look at it. With Ambati Raidu being gone, there's clearly no other Indian batter there that could fill his role. We've only got Rituraj Gaikwad, Ajinkya Rahane, Shivam Dube, Jadeja and Dhoni. And out of them, only two are proper batters. There are two all-rounders and a keeper. And out of them, the keeper is like, he has a knee injury and is really old. I think a lot of gaps to fill. Their all-rounders are not performing. But yeah, last season they did great. Conway's in good touch. Gaikwad played well in the Asian Games. He's been playing well in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Shivam Dube played well. So I think, yeah, looking good for the next season.
Yeah, and definitely, if you look at the positives of last season, if you look at the stats on my screen, the strike rates of all the batters, they have been striking at 140 or more than 140. So that's been a dream for any captain or any fan to have this kind of batting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a very conscious decision from the Chennai camp, from the coach and captain, because the thing is, when a team performs that well, and uh, it the fact also should be highlighted that they knew somewhere that their bowling wasn't that great, which is why they had to play this way. Chennai normally don't play this aggressively. They do, but they also have players who just knock the ball around and don't take a lot of risk. But everyone, Ajinkya Rahane played out of his character that he normally plays for Rajasthan Royals or Delhi in the previous IPL. Shivam Dube was promoted up the order. MS Dhoni was just coming and talking the ball, and Ravindra Jadeja. I mean, he hit those beautiful shots. Gaikwad and Conway. Everyone was in red hot form. Ambati Raidu was in great form. But I think, yeah, that was because their bowling wasn't that great. And this is something that paid off. Not every team can do that. This is what we call Baz ball nowadays. But it'll be interesting to see if they play the same way this season as well. And I think for Chennai Super Kings, this mini auction is the most critical out of all the teams.
Yeah, definitely. And as you pointed out, it's the Indian players who have performed above expectations for Chennai Super Kings and the teams that have been reliant on Indian batters. And when the batters performed above expectations, those teams did well in the last couple of seasons, especially Gujarat Titans as well as Chennai Super Kings. But
Yeah.
if you look at the common thread between both the teams, it's the overseas players, they haven't clicked that much. So especially if you look at Moeen Ali with the bat and Ben Stokes with the bat, they have been absolutely poor both in the last IPL season as well as in this particular World Cup. So do you think that, looking at the age factor as well as the amount of money that Chennai Super Kings is paying to Moeen Ali and Ben Stokes, they have to let go of one of these two, or maybe uh, both of them? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the age factor, the fact that both of them came out of their retirement to play in the current ODI World Cup, and both of them haven't been performing. I mean, Ben Stokes is a proven match winner. We all know that. Moeen Ali is a pretty good player, one of the best spin bowling all rounders of the modern era. But yeah, I think coming into this auction, there aren't going to be a lot of players that Chennai could just, take. Like, I was watching one of your previous videos and you asked this question to, I don't know, but I think it was a Punjab or a Rajasthan fan that Cameron Green, will they like to swap Cameron Green? Mumbai Indians is not going to let Cameron Green go. No team is going to let their top performing player go. Sam Curran and Ben Stokes are the only two, uh, I'd say, costly buys and all rounders that fit in that category. I think that is an area where both of the teams would look at selling them. But I think, yeah, Ben Stokes, we've seen that with Chris Morris, we've seen that with Yuvraj Singh. Players get sold for a lot of money, and it's usually for a couple of seasons, and they most of the times don't perform. It could be because of the budget, it could be because of the player or anything. I think this setup was brilliant for Ben Stokes to perform. He hasn't performed well. He's had injury problems. He's had mental health problems. Lot going on with him. And with 16.25 crores, I don't think Chennai should stick with Ben Stokes. On the other hand, Moeen Ali, I think they need a spinner, spinning all rounder apart from Ravindra Jadeja, and I think he could be crucial for them. But again, I don't think Moeen Ali was that expensive. But if they do find a good all rounder, I think they should go for him. But I think, yeah, they should keep Moeen Ali. Doesn't really hamper their purse and balance that much. He's a seasoned player. But I think, yeah, Ben Stokes has to go.
Yeah,
They could
definitely.
rebuy him, but yeah, Ben Stokes has to go.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That will give them a lot of purse to explore the other options that they can buy.
Yeah.
Especially, there's a lot of buzz around other Ravindra. So hopefully, we can see Ravindra together in CSK. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting. And I think, yeah, Rachin Ravindra is someone who would fit right into this team. Uh, I think, yeah, a lot of people have said that he is the best talent. The way he's playing is better than Gill and Brook. But yeah, Rachin Ravindra, really, really good player. We're very much like Devin Conway, very similar, left-handed, more aggressive than Conway, young blood, even bowls off spin. But I think, yeah, Rachin Ravindra would go for a lot of money. Chennai would have to get rid of Ben Stokes, and if the Chennai think tank doesn't have anything else in mind, they could go for Ravindra.
Definitely, definitely. And Ravindra will be a kind of young upgrade of Moeen Ali and can play a similar role that Moeen Ali plays for Chennai Super
Yeah,
Kings.
and better.
Yes, yes. So now let's move on to the bowling. Yes, the batters have been scoring above par last season, but if you look at the bowling, yes, they've missed Deepak Chahar, the prime Deepak Chahar in the initial games. Then he came back from injury, and after his comeback, he performed really well. And then they had the two Sri Lankan guns, Matisha Pratirana and Mahesh Tikshana. They have been exceptional for Chennai Super Kings. And then Ravindra Jadeja, as always, the shine of Yellow Army. And then there was this Tushar Deshpande who did similar kind of role that Shardul Thakur used to do for Chennai Super Kings. So overall, were you happy with this bowling, or going into the upcoming auction, are you happy with this bowling, or what are the upgrades that you would like to see?
I mean, I wasn't happy with their with Chennai's bowling. I was really sad when Deepak Chair went out. I was also not very happy with the pool of players that were coming in after the 2023 mega auction. And I think we desperately missed Kyle Jamieson, because Kyle Jamieson, I had seen Magala bowl against India a long time back. He just didn't strike me as a threatening bowler. Kyle Jamieson, on the other hand, is a very good athlete. He's tall. He's played in the IPL before for RCB. He's performed well uh, in limited overs and Test cricket. But the thing is, objectively talking about Chennai's bowling, it was very poor. What they did with their limited resources was something that we don't see very often. A lot of teams over the course of the how many ever seasons of IPL, there have been teams which have gone with a weaker batting or a weaker bowling. lineup, but the way MS Dhoni marshaled these troops, the way he used these bowlers was very good. And yeah, relying on Pathirana and Theekshana, not world-renowned bowlers, both coming from Sri Lanka, both a bit unorthodox. I think they were very good. Dhoni used them brilliantly. Deepak Chahar coming from the retirement, from the injury that he had. He was playing with a nickel or an injury even after coming back. I think he was very good. Jadeja always very good. Tushar Deshpande, I think he was uh, yeah, I don't know, but like his bowling isn't that threatening. He's not a great bowler. And I think Shardul Thakur still knows where to pitch the ball. Shardul Thakur still has a lot in his armor. Tushar Deshpande, I think sometimes bowlers just get lucky from the other end if the bowlers are creating pressure. And I think in this case, credit should be given to the other bowlers for a lot of the wickets that Tushar Deshpande got.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And if you look at this bowling lineup, especially just keep the performance aside, if you look at these names, so there are top six bowling options who are there. But then if something happens to these top six, you won't have that quality backup to replace these bowlers. Do you think that this is the concern that is there in batting department as well as bowling department? You have a solid 11
Yeah,
or 12, but you don't have backups.
yeah. And like a particular team wants to play a certain way, but they should also look what happens on that particular rainy day. Like we know Dhoni doesn't want to change his team a lot, but yeah, there are no other players apart from the 11, 12, 13. As you said, there are no other players that have played a lot. I really liked Hunger Girkar. I really liked him in the under 19 World Cup as well. I think he's a great player who a potential great player if he's groomed the correct way and if his mind is in the game, he could be pretty good. Akash Singh was decent for them. I think Mukesh Chaudhary was pretty good for them. Mukesh Chaudhary, I remember against Mumbai Indians, he proved pretty crucial. Simarjeet Singh against Delhi was very good. They have these its and bits player, but yeah, I mean, if something happens to Deepak Chahar again, Pathirana and Theekshana were injured in the World Cup, in the Asian Games, in the Asia Cup, during the Asia Cup and World Cup. But I think, yeah, injury to any of them could be very critical. So they do need to have, I'd say one decent Indian pacer and one off spinner in their ranks.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Now let's look at their playing 11. And if you look at Chennai's playing 11, it has been very straightforward, no chop and changes. This Conway, Gaikwad, Rahane Dubey, Moeen Ali, Dhoni, Jadeja, Deepak Chahar, Deshpande, Pathirana or Santner, depending on conditions, Tikshana and Radu as impact player. So now it's just a straightforward 11. But if you see, most likely Ambati Rayudu won't feature this time. And maybe like one of the other guys, for example, Stokes won't be there, so they'll need one all-rounder and one Indian batter most likely to solidify their lineup. So, which players do you think will boost Chennai's lineup? One player definitely that comes to mind, as we talked about, is Rachin Ravindra. But let's talk about the Indian batting side. Which player can definitely boost this lineup?
There aren't a lot of Indian players, but like if you want to look at some players, you should directly look at the teams that did perform well in this IPL, and the teams that come into my mind are Delhi, Punjab, Sunrisers. Sunrisers are struggling with their Indian batting already. They were sending an off spinning all rounder, the top of the order Abhishek Sharma. Their captain wasn't performing for them, Mayank Agarwal. They were chopping and changing. Sunrisers Hyderabad are in a spot of worry. Delhi are in a spot of worry. They are not sure if Rishabh Pant will play for them next year, and he was a critical part of for their team. Delhi Capitals has a lot of Indian batsmen in the likes of Yash Dul, Manish Pandey, Sarfaraz Khan. All of three of them didn't play all the matches. So, and all three of them are pretty good players. So, I think a player like Manish Pandey uh, could feature well into this lineup. He's a pretty good fielder, seasoned player, first Indian to score 100 in IPL, and I think he has some areas of concern in his batting, but I think he could be a good fit into this team. Manish Pandey, if no other team is buying him and if Delhi are letting him go, or even if Chennai wants to swap him for some player that Chennai don't play, or there's some player from Chennai that Delhi wants. I think it could be a good swap. Manish Pandey for 2-3 crores. Apart from that, I think they really need to look at some wicket keepers, and I think they will 100% go for it. I mean, I don't understand this Chennai lineup, because I think, yeah, no, Conway can keep, but I haven't seen him keep. I've just heard that he can keep. And I was looking at the lineups of other teams. Every team has at least 2 to 3 keepers in their team, and in the playing 11, there are at least three keepers. Chennai CSK doesn't have a single keeper apart from MS Dhoni, so I think they should look for wicket keepers. I was going through the list of wicket keepers. There aren't a lot available. Even the uncapped wicket keepers are performing well for the teams. For example, Dhruv Jurel, or many players that come into my mind. But yeah, I think someone like KS Bharat could be a good fit. Vishnu Vinod could be a good fit for their team, or they could look for foreign wicket keepers. But yeah, again, they don't have a slot available. And I think with Kyle Jamieson coming in and Mitchell Sander performing well in the current World Cup, yeah, they'll have to go for an Indian wicket keeper, an Indian middle order batsman. Yeah, that's as far as their batting goes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Vishnu Vinod is an exciting prospect because he has been performing really well in the Syed Mushtaq Ali tournament. But in a hypothetical situation, if a trade happens with Punjab Kings, and there is a guy called Shahrukh Khan, they haven't been utilizing him that much. And if he's a Tamil Nadu guy, and if he comes to uh, Chennai Super Kings, like he'll be that 4 or 5, the kind of role that Dubey or Rahane played, or Amati Raidu used to play. So he'll be a huge boost for Chennai Super Kings, and it will be good for Shah Rukh Khan as a player also. So for this kind of trade to happen, what will you offer Punjab Kings in return that they will
I
also
mean,
get beneficial?
yeah, but I know Shah Rukh Khan. I remember talking to my few of my Punjab Kings fellow fans. Shah Rukh Khan is a very important player for them. I mean, yeah, in a hypothetical situation, yeah, if they want to let Shah Rukh Khan go because he came for a lot of money, I'll be looking to swap him for Moin Ali. I think Moin Ali fits good into their team. They're playing with Sikandar Raza, or that Sri Lankan wicketkeeper
Bhanuka
Bhanu
Rajapaksa.
Rajapaksa. Yeah, Moin Ali, I think, is a better prospect for them. A seasoned player, some they aren't happy with Shikardam's captaincy. Moin Ali could come. Moin Ali captains their county side. And yeah, Shah Rukh Khan played really well. He came from Tamil Nadu Premier League. He plays for Tamil Nadu. He could be a good prospect for them, but I don't see him walking into this team because they already have a lot of finishers. And Shah Rukh Khan, uh, I have seen him bat when Punjab have lost a couple of early wickets. He's not that great a technical player. He doesn't have a great defense, so I don't see him playing for Ajinkya Rahane or Shivam Dube. But yeah, if they want Shah Rukh Khan, they can take Moin Ali. If they want Shah Rukh Khan, they could take Hangar Girkar. Probably he's from North. I don't see any other player, but yeah, Shah Rukh Khan, could buy him.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And there was this another trade that came during our discussion, and it was like, what if there is a swap between Sam Curran, he comes back to Chennai Super Kings, and Ben Stokes goes back to Punjab Kings, and he like captains them. It will be a plus plus for both of them, or like, what are your thoughts?
Absolutely, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, the only two players who haven't performed overseas all rounders, who haven't performed for their team. But the thing is, why would Punjab want Ben Stokes? That's what I'm thinking. If Karan isn't performing for them, why will Stokes perform? Both of them have been next to terrible in the World Cup. Sam Curran is not playing all the matches. Uh, See, yeah, I mean, you can't judge a player clearly off a tournament or two tournaments. Both of them are quality players. Both have played brilliantly for their IPL teams and for their national teams. But yeah, I think the thing to focus is that if they decide to keep Moin Ali, or even if they sell Moin Ali for Rachin Ravindra, let's say, or the fact that Kyle Jamieson comes into their team, I think they are pretty much sorted with that overseas all-rounder slot, and I think they have bigger things to worry about. Someone like a Rachin Ravindra coming into this team, I think, is more valuable for them, rather than Sam Curran. because of the fact that they already have Dubey, Jadeja, who will play for them, who are the two all-rounders, and Jamieson, Santner are pretty good all-rounders. And I think apart from them, if they don't have the purse, I think they could go for someone like Omarzai, who has been pretty good. He has been showing signs of improvement. I remember Sachin Tendulkar once said that Azmatullah Omarzai's seam position, wrist position, reminds him of Praveen Kumar and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I think that's a big compliment from coming from someone like Sachin Tendulkar, or like if they don't have the money because they do not have a lot of money. They have 1.5 crore. They're letting Stokes go will give them a lot of money, but I think they could go for someone like a Travis Head, uh, cheaper version of Rachin Ravindra, brilliant performer, has been performing everywhere. Yeah, that's where I think their batting and all-rounder department buys are concerned.
Yeah, definitely. These are some great prospects. So let's see what happens during the auction. But now let's look at it from a price perspective. So if you look at the overseas players, the major red flag here is Ben Stokes, 16.25 crores, and then Moeen Ali, 8 crores. And they haven't given that kind of performances in the last season, both in the international circuit as well as the league games. So as we talked about, Ben Stokes is definitely, or at least one of them will definitely leave CSK. And then there is the Sisanda Magala, as we've discussed. Most likely, Kyle Jamison will come back, so we won't see Magala here. But apart from these two, do you see there is any other player that can give you the purse as well as the flexibility to buy overseas players at the auction?
Yeah, I think uh, Pretorius, I've never liked him, never seen him as a threatening bowler. He's 50 lakhs, but yeah, that still gives you a lot of room. Ben Stokes has to go. Ambati Raidu will go. He's not an overseas player, but I think those 6.75 crores is a huge amount. And they should let go of some of their Indian uncapped players as well, because most of them are batters or all rounders, and they don't require these services. They are, I think they would be pretty content with what they have. So yeah, looking at the good prospect bias, I think if they want someone like Rachin Ravindra, they could sell Moeen Ali as well. Yeah, easy option for them. But then again, the Chennai tank doesn't want to chop and change a lot, so I don't think they're gonna let go of a lot of players. Ben Stokes is a given; he is going. So I think, yeah, it'll be very interesting what they do, because I think Chennai, Rajasthan, and Delhi are the three teams. We don't know what they're going in the auction as. They could do anything, but I think, yeah, looking good for Chennai. They'll clearly have around 20-25 crores in the bank after Ambati Raidu's retirement and Ben Stokes going, Magala, and a few of the other players. And they do not need a lot of players. So, 3-4 players in those 20-25 crores, I think they would go.
Definitely. I think it's the bench strength that CSK needs to strengthen in this upcoming auction. And if you look at
Yeah.
the Indian players, definitely that 6.75 crore comes from releasing Amati Raidu. And as you mentioned, there are a lot of uncapped Indian batters: Sheikh Rashid, Ajay Mandal, Subhranshu Senapati, Bhagat Verma. Like these are the players that CSK can release, and they can find a better upgrades of these backups. Apart from
Yeah.
these, do you think from a purse perspective, is there any other Indian name that comes to your mind that can be released?
No, I think, see, the other expensive, the only players who are more than a crore are the players that will play 99% of all the matches for Chennai, which are Jadeja, Chahar, Dhoni, Gaikwad, Dubey, and Hangargerkar. As Solanki is looking at Solanki's stats, Solanki is a pretty good player. He's been performing well in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Sindhu is pretty good. He's performing. I think he's from Chhattisgarh or some Indian state. I don't know, but they're performing well. And the fact that Mukesh Chaudhary, Simarjeet Singh, and Tushar Deshpande, the three names at the bottom of the table, are the Indian pacers that perform for them, apart from Deepak Chahar, shows that a good bias for them. But yeah, I don't see apart from Bati Raidu or the few batters that you mentioned, there isn't a lot of leeway for the purse to be opened up.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So now let's move on to the last segment of this particular episode. So one big overseas name and one big Indian name that you would like to see in Chennai Super Kings that will boost their chances.
One big overseas name. There are so many to choose from. Uh, Personally, I think what I would want is that on a Chennai wicket as well. I think Ben Stokes, they want to swap for nice swap for Ben Stokes, and their bowling was weak. I think Mitchell Starc and Patrick Cummins just said that both of them are available to play in the IPL. They let Ben Stokes go. They have a lot of money. They have enough all rounders. I think they should go for either Mitchell Starc or Patrick Cummins, which would be a huge boost for them. Both of them quality players have performed well in the IPL, and I think it'll be something that only Chennai can pull off because I don't think a lot of teams are looking at Patrick Cummins or Mitchell Starc. They've had a tendency to say that they're playing in the IPL, then they take their name away. So I think yeah, Mitchell Starc is an overseas bowler I would really like in this Chennai Super Kings lineup, and I think that gives them the boost. Stark is a pretty handy batsman at eight for any team. And if he comes into this team with Deepak Chahar, Mitchell Stark up top, and Pathirana and Mitchell Stark in the death, and Jadeja and Thikshana in the middle, I think it's a pretty good team. And I think one Indian player that they should go for, yeah, from a Chennai perspective, I think Shahrukh Khan would be really good. Sai Kishore has been performing very well. I think Sai Kishore in his Gujarat Titans, they could use Sai Kishore. Jadeja, Thikshana, only good spinners that they have. Uh, yeah, I think they could go for Sai Kishore. But personally, I would want them to go for Riddhiman Saha. I think Riddhiman Saha is aging. He's been playing well for Gujarat as well, but Gujarat also do have a lot of options for Riddhiman Saha, and I think Chennai could work out a deal with them. Riddhiman Saha coming back to Chennai, he's a wicket keeper. He could play when MS Dhoni doesn't, or he could keep if MS doesn't want to because of his knee. I think that'll be something good for them.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Now let's move on to the last question of this episode and then we'll wrap up the things. So we have been talking about this question that what will happen to CSK once MS Dhoni leaves? And we have been talking about this question since last 2 or 3 seasons, and every season MS Dhoni says, like, I haven't said anything about my retirement, and he comes and then every time he plays like, okay, I'm here to win the trophy. So do you think like currently they have a future captain with them, or if they let go of Ben Stokes, because when they paid 16.25 crores to Ben Stokes, everybody was thinking that okay, he is their future captain that they are looking at. But now, if they let go of Ben Stokes, do you think they have any future captain in the setup or someone that they can target at the auction, looking at it from a captaincy perspective?
Yeah, I mean, will MS Dhoni play the next World Cup is a question, I think, since eternity that we've been asking. Will MS Dhoni play the next season of IPL is a question like, is there God? Why is the water blue? I mean, there are scientific explanations to both these things, but there is no scientific explanation or answer to what if MS Dhoni will play or not. But yeah, see, MS Dhoni had a knee surgery recently, and he said that he's able to walk, but he's not able to play cricket. He's still taking care of his right and everything. It is really difficult. He's almost touching 42, I think, and everyone would like for him to play. He's still a pretty handy batter. Wicket keeping at 42, I think, is really difficult. But yeah, I think I mean, it's like saying that you always want your parents to live on forever, right? But you know that there comes a time when they're getting old. I think this is MS Dhoni's last season. It'll be emotionally, it'll be terrible and all that for them. But I think MS Dhoni is already grooming two players. Recently, after the India versus South Africa match, a reporter asked Ravindra Jadeja that if you were the captain and you had yourself in the team, a player who bowls, bats, and fields, how will you feel? Ravindra Jadeja answered that question saying that I already see myself as a captain. I'm not the captain, but I already see myself as a captain in whichever team I play. I think I'm a pretty good player. So I think Ravindra Jadeja is their second captaincy option, and I think their first captaincy candidate that they're looking at, I think, is Ruturaj Gaikwad, who I think even captained India. Sunil Gavaskar said that he could be the future Indian captain. He's pretty good. They have, yeah, I mean, the team would be restructured in the next auction, and I think that'll be interesting to see. But I think Chennai are not going to look at any overseas players. I think Gaikwad and Jadeja are the two captaincy options that they're going to look for.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So CSK fans, drop your thoughts in the comment box. Like, if MS Dhoni doesn't feature, whom would you like to see leading Chennai Super Kings?
Oh,
Is
there's
it
Rahane
Ruturaj?
as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rahane is also there. Yeah,
astonishingly, we have the RRR for the captaincy candidates: Rahane, Ruturaj, and Ravindra.
Ravindra.
So let's see which are you would like to see leading the franchise, or is it someone out of the blue coming in and leading the franchise this particular season? Uh, well, yeah, thank you for joining and thank you for sharing your thoughts, taking out the time. Uh, hope we'll see you again in any other video.
Thank you so much, Deep. It was a pleasure. Yellow Army all the way. Come on, CSK.
Yes, whistle podu.